Today on Voices, massages and massaging your way into your best life. Contributing today is Eric Cristiano. He is going to give you information that's going to take you and your body to the next level. So let's go. And today on the podcast, Voices, I wanted to talk about specifically massaging your way into your best life. And for me, it's an interesting topic because my first time ever getting a massage was when I left the country, and it was an amazing event, and it stuck in my life. So I have today an expert helping me out, Eric Cristiano. He is a master of Myofascial, the massage technique, and he's going to give us some information about going forward. So Eric, thank you for being with us. What would you like the people to know about you to start?
Well, I've been doing massage over 16 years. That now I travel around South America, and I find different places to live and work and stay for a little while and practice massage and try to help people.
That's awesome. And you know, the really cool thing about that is I was reading on lifehack.org, and it had 20 reasons for getting a body massage and the health benefits it provides. And it said it helps with headaches, joint pains, anxiety, helps cancer patients, digestive issues, and PMS. From your experience, have you had customers that have come in and told you, hey, I have these problems, and you were able to sort of massage away those things into a better life?
Well, I think I break therapy into two categories, but there's really only one category. The one category is therapeutic. Massage, and that's what you eat for the day. That's therapeutic. Well, there's only one therapeutic. What the person needs are, you just eat what you're doing, what you do. I that if you do therapeutic massage, it's more slow and intentional and more precise in general, but it has to do with care. My fascial release needs about 280 minutes to begin, and what that does is you enter something called the between both energies of the. You go to a deep tissue massage, focus on working the muscles. I'm focused on working the fed system, the whole body. That's it.
And so it's interesting because I've seen there's like a couple of different types. So what caused you? What was your motivation to go into massage therapy?
That's excellent. Young person, they ask you what you want to be. They never ask you what lifestyle you want to live. And that's a big difference between what you want to be and the lifestyle you want to live. Most people invest hours, days, years, hundreds of thousands of dollars into what they think they want to be. That they don't like the lifestyle. So you got to choose something that matches your person and your lifestyle and who you are. So, and I hated my lifestyle. And I was living with a roommate from college. He's a trainer massage. Got to take naps during the day. I wanted to day too. So I didn't know I would love it as much as I would. I thought it would be a compensation to training as being a personal trainer. In the end, training is more draining than massage therapy. You have to deal with the personality, you have to break through some barriers and stories. But dealing with your body, the greatest thing about the body is it never lies. I mean, it'll lie down, but it'll never lie to you. The bodies never lie, and if you know how to touch the body, you know about a person. never, but you'll know when a lie, when the word is untrue and the body's untrue, when someone's talking to you, how their body. So your lifestyle with the job you want to do and the person that you are. And at 22 years old, at 18, you go to college, you don't know. You're throwing this money in to yourself. And I hate myself and I hate my life. You know, so you got to keep finding out more about yourself to find out who you are and what you want to do. And to this technique was I was always fighting, and I was in the military, push. Massage therapist, it was deeper, harder, break the person's will. And I always say to myself, opposite of what you think you are. So I did the outside different techniques. So if I thought I was a tough person, I would look for the most sensitive, thoughtful technique. And most people say, it's amazing you do this work and not doing this work now. Superhero, have a alter ego. So
Where did that idea to do the opposite of what you think you are come from? Because I think that's a very powerful mindset and motivation. So I'm kind of curious on where that came from.
observe parents. Please observe. Doing that, and I don't like them. I need to do the opposite. And drinking a lot and out of shape. I was like, I see how they are. I want to do the opposite because it's not working for them and they're unhappy. So I always observed my parents and studied them and did the opposite of what was told. I never believe anything.
Now, to talk about the technique specifically, I was doing some research, and the myofascial pain syndrome happens when there is a repeated injury to a muscle, right? So it causes people to have difficulty sleeping or falling asleep, and they get fatigued easier, and they get spasms and stiffness. So do you address those things?
Here's I'm gonna answer. There's two things that cause pain. Direct trauma. Direct trauma could be emotional, psychological, or physical trauma. Later on, the emotional and psychological is in your body. A repetitive motion is easy as saying you're on my neck, or so. Even a repetitive motion is stored within your body. Now, fascia that wraps through every nerve, wraps every bone, and connects every organ. It connects every suture and brain from the top to the bottom. It's impossible not to touch somebody think fascially. Now, look at things muscularly. Do muscles change shorter, or the fascia contracted around the muscle, causing it not to contract anymore? And that theory of myofascial release, because you believe that it's the fascia that contracts the muscle, that shortens and lengthens the muscles, because it's in that bundle. So in myofascial release or myofascial release, or even in fibromyalgia, I believe is because you have fascia, and your fascia is caught up, bunched up, and it's torquing in a different location. And when you sew that out, you stretch that out, and you make it more collagenous, it's easier and less intrusive muscle and the collagenous barrier to tissue.
That's really interesting and informative. And so to couple with that, I also read that massages apparently boost immunity. Do you know if that's true in the experiences you've dealt with in your clients?
Well, I think there's some guy who said drink a lot of water, but do I believe it boosts immunity? I think it flushes out toxins that are stuck in your body. And I can tell when there's not a lot of water because you can't the tissue. Who smoke a lot, that's a different kind of feeling in the body. Sweat a lot, drink a lot of coffee, that's a different kind of tissue. So no matter what you consume, you can feel that caught up in your tissues. And if you're not having good circulation, then you're not going to have your immunity is not going to work very well.
Okay, and so when you do massages, because I've been to massages and I feel like people, either the location or the person has created an environment. How important is the environment for a massage, like music or smells? How important is that to the actual process of a massage for the person giving the massage and for the client receiving it?
I could do it in the middle of the street, and I know you're in the middle of the street, so it won't even matter. Under the ocean, some people like more natural tones that hurts. Yes, that adds to it, but it doesn't matter where. And some people will never. They can have the best smells in the world. They can have the beautiful music in any place, but they'll never leave their consciousness into their subconsciousness. So does that really? So maybe it might be a boost to them, consciousness, to touch them into a state of subconsciousness. Then it really doesn't matter.
I understand. And so how many sessions would you say is normal for a client? I know you mentioned that, having 2 a week for the rest of your life is great, but like how many sessions do you think is normal, or how regular should a person consider or try to have a massage?
Okay, if you have a specific for a long time, we'll say you're 50 years old, 35, an accident, you had a lot of stress in your life, and the last 15 years you had pain, and you haven't done anything about it. Pain is a timeline. And every time you get worked on, you go back in time on that timeline as a regression. So you may have pain at 50 that's accumulated over 15 years. So what do you do it? So turn back time, but if you get a session sooner, you can turn back time. And as you turn back time, and that person deals, the most important thing is dealing with your trauma, not only on a physical but on a psychological level, allowing it to leave your body. That's in myofascial relief. You don't want to be sleeping. You don't want to be awake. If you're sleeping, you want to be awakened up to be let go and to serve you. And as you get healthier, and if you change your diet and you go more regularly, but if you want to recover and heal, then it's important to have frequency, just not in your life, but have in your being.
And it actually leads me to my next question of, how does someone get the absolute most out of a massage?
Oh, I said keep the expectations low, and you'll never be disappointed. I think getting value for your money is what everyone wants in life. No matter what things have prices, things values, and sometimes they meet. And sometimes you go for pizza around, and that's what you have to enjoy. And sometimes you get a real slice of pizza and you feel like you're in heaven. And it's the same price as the bad slice. So you know where your value is. You always want to try across the county? No, but you'll save that special day for that big slice of pizza. And the price, you receive to get it, that it's going to be beneficial to you. If you don't know the value of something, then if you can't internalize value, then no massage is going to be really beneficial. I believe in value for your money totally.
Okay. And so what's the average or the best length of a massage? Because I know massage sessions come in 30, 60, 90, etc. So what's the best, so you would say the best sort of length of a session for a person who maybe is a beginner and then next level sort of intermediate? What are the lengths that benefit people?
So you need endurance, you need patience, and you need intention to do a longer massage. Me, I don't believe a massage begins to 45 minutes into the massage. You can do your best work. And if you're working in an hour, then at 4 minutes, you're pushing through. But if you could expand it, have an hour and a half session, that's probably the best bang for your buck. And at 2 hours, most people just won't get out of there too long for most people to give and to receive.
Okay, so the interesting part is you're bilingual, and so you offer services for people in country, but obviously tourists play a role too. So how do you say this is a great compliment to a person who may be on a vacation and they're like, hey man, I'm on a vacation, I want to relax. Adding this massage will do what for me? Your service.
Me personally is that you will have the best value within Colombia, because with all my training, with all my experience, and I come in contact with a lot of tourists, and I work. So if one payment that you receive really therapeutic, you have chronic issues and those things that are up, I do that work. I can do cranial sacral and blend all those things together. So for you receive here the value, by in a foreign currency.
That's brilliant. And so, because obviously there are going to be people who are in country who hear this as well, just to cover sort of the bilingualness of it all, if I could ask you to sort of speak to the Spanish listening and speaking audience, why should someone use your service?
Porque mucha gente aquí tiene muchos accidentes, joven, a motos y en carros y nada. Problemas dramáticos y repetitiva. Otra nada. La gente dice, yo vivo con esto, yo vivo solo con esto. Pero la verdad es, la gente no puede vivir con esto. Tú no tienes el día. La calidad de vida es en Colombia. Tienes mucho naturales, tú tienes la gente muy bien, pero aquí es muy importante. Tú tienes calidad de vida y calidad de tu vida. Y entonces yo trabajé en China y solo a la gente de Colombia. Y entonces la gente tiene muchos problemas para ayudarte. Aquí en la costa de Bogotá, y ellos tienen mucho aprecio de mi trabajo aquí también. Entonces, la gente le gusta la masajista, una cama para un masaje. Yo soy profesional. Tú quieres un valor de tu plato, un precio muy bueno. Y entonces, yo puedo dar técnicas que tú no puedes tener aquí en Colombia.
Creo que la información ayuda a muchas personas. Entonces, ¿qué ciudades y trabajando en Colombia?
Ahora yo vivo en Comino, a la costa. Yo trabajo a la Reina.
Excellent. And so, just for the people who may or may not totally understand Spanish, can you give sort of a short synopsis of what you said in English about why to choose your service and what cities you work in?
I worked in Chinchina, I worked in Medellin, and at times in Manizales. Right now, I'm located in on the coast at an Eco Hotel that's called La Serena. I believe that for the value of your money and for my experience and my education, best value of work you receive that you could find probably any place in the world.
I thank you for it because you're giving such quality information to the people, and it's something that actually benefits their lifestyle more in not only a physical way, in sort of an internal spiritual way. So with that, what types of services do you specifically offer in addition to massages, or is it only massages?
I taught Pilates for 18 years. I've been a personal trainer, exercise specialist with NASM, National Academy of Sports Medicine. And the massage that I've learned was in school. You learned the Swedish massage, but you always learn that. And then you learned your medical, your shiatsu. Then I learned Thai massage in Montreal with Ken Chow at the Lotus Palm School. And then I studied myofascial relief with John F. Barnes and Carrie Taylor. And what I do is I combine all techniques and at times when you need to do something active release, sports massage, I can change and get there because you only have a certain amount of time and session. You take your time and heal someone, but at times push on through to get the quality that the person wants and the repeated during a session.
Awesome. So I have a two-part question next about clients, because you mentioned that. What's the most memorable client feedback you've gotten? And what are maybe some of the challenges that you've had to overcome dealing with clients as a massage therapist?
When I worked in New York City, you know what? I can tell by what you do, by the way you work, you love what you do. That's one of the best I ever got. I've been to doctors, been to orthopedics. You've done more than doctors have done over. I was working on some, and I was like, do you have problems swallowing? She's like, yes. How did you know? Because your diaphragm, esophagus is not lined up. And she goes, how can you?
Wow.
I go, well, I have to get you to. And she goes, I've been going to years. I haven't been able to. I go, if you want, I can fix it for you. And she goes, you can do those things? I'm like, yeah, why not? I fix the body. I touch and allow the body to happen and allow it to heal itself. All you got to do is put the body in intention there, and that happens. And then, what's the second part of your question?
What are some challenges that you've overcome in actual massages or just the process of learning to be the best therapist you can be?
I think the biggest challenge is overcoming yourself and what you think you know to accept. And then, and the biggest challenge is to understand it better. People like it. It becomes a friend, becomes their identity. They talk to people. And if you get away from someone, then start over. You know, so what I started doing, the thing I started doing is videos about journaling, and then working with here, and I said, okay, we gotta start journaling. This is what happened the day of my accident. This is what happened. I felt after my neck. This is how because you need to guide. You need to do guided imagery, not only during a session, I feel, but outside. You have to separate your pain.
Okay. And with that, I have two more questions. And the first one is, what do you see in the future of massage therapy as far as an industry, as far as techniques, as far as client base? What do you see the future of massage looking like?
Interesting. Profession to get rooted in the United States. Right now, you have like database, but every state has a different requirement. So, and just like if you go to states, your insurance doesn't cover fines, or sometimes it does. So, that being said, there's no unified theory. There's no unified thing within the United States. No unified thing across the world. So, always gonna have people that's gonna say, well, it's gonna practice massage there and train. Can they be successful? I guess they could be, but you need to get the training, get the best training you can, and then even some training the best. So what the future is, to be honest with you, because there's so many different ways in this profession without an edge and be prosperous, or people work hard at it and are never be prosperous at it.
It makes total sense. It means that you have to be very selective about who you choose.
Yes, you got to be very selective.
And so with that, the final thing is, because we want people to obviously have a way to contact you. So if they're traveling or vacationing in Colombia, or they're in a short stay and they want to get a session to sort of experience what you're talking about in words, how do people contact you? So what's your contact information, social media? What's the best way to get in touch with Eric Cristiano?
Myofascial Colombia. That's MIOFASCIAL. Myofascial Colombia. You could go on there, and that has all my Facebook page, and that's also my has my number and information there. So if you ever contact me, you just go there. You can contact me, or contact me as Cristiano.
Awesome. So with that, because the podcast is called Voices, the focus is on the voices of the people I'm talking to. Are there any final notes, a motto, mentality, advice you want to leave the listeners with before you go?
Advice. As you live, but never was a value. And we struggle with every day, no matter who you are, no matter where you live. Price and what is the value of what you're receiving, because everything is a price tag. What is the value? Always ask yourself, what is the value? You don't buy it.
That's brilliant, man. Well, Eric, thank you so much for contributing. I think this information will give people a lot of things to think about, and it will also make them feel more comfortable when they come to Colombia and they want to go somewhere where they can get relaxed.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.